Boker Tov, Boker Ol. Welcome to Tuesday morning, the 1st of October, the second to last day, the penultimate day of 5784. I hope the day is off to a good start for you, that you feel well and rested. And I'm pleased for us to be together here today so that we can bring this year to a meaningful end and be prepared to start the new one. Good morning, Joni, and good morning, Annette. Good morning, Eleanor and Sandra. To each of you and to all of you who are here with us together this morning, we wish Boker Tov. Welcome to Boker Tov from Temple Sinai. Temple Sinai Congregation of Toronto's daily opportunity to connect, to reflect, and to remember. I'm Rabbi Michael Dolgin, and I'm pleased to start the day with you here this morning. Good morning to Fern and Lance and Anne, and to all of us as we join our virtual minyan and begin with words that speak about the wonders of our physical existence. It is incredible the balance that exists and that enables us to do what we do and be who we are. So please join me in the English words, and we'll say the prayer for the soul in Hebrew and English today. Blessed eternal God, creator of the universe, you have fashioned our bodies with wisdom, creating within us a finely balanced network. To stand before you in prayer is itself a fragile miracle. Eternal God, we praise you as the healer of body and spirit. And this begins with the word Eloi, Elohai, my God. God who is the ultimate power in the universe, who is a symbol of justice in the universe and challenges us to live a just life, is also available to us to connect because God created and formed us and breathed the soul into us. Eloi neshama shenatata bi torahi, אתה בראתה, אתה יצרתה, אתה נפחתה בי ואתה משמרה בקרבי. כל הזמן שהנשמה בקרבי, מודה אני לפניך. אדוני אלוהי ואלוהי אבותיי, ריבון כל המעשים, אדון כל הנשמות. ברוך אתה אדוני, אשר בידו נפש כל חי, ורוח כל בשר איש. The soul that you have given me, O God, is a pure one. You have created and formed it, breathed it into me, and within me you sustain it. So long as my soul is within me, I will give thanks to you, eternal my God and God of my ancestors, source of all creation, sovereign of all souls. We praise you, eternal God, in whose hand is the power of all life and the spirit of all flesh. It is an interesting idea, the idea of the soul being pure. But does that mean that throughout the soul is unaffected by the realities of our life, by our challenges and our difficulties? I think much the opposite. It's a reminder that our soul can be described as pure because it is in contact with the divine, the realm of spirit at each moment. And yet our neshama, our soul, our spirit belongs uniquely to each of us. And so therefore, sometimes part of the beauty of the soul is the challenges that it faces and the way it holds on to those elements that some beautiful, many difficult, help in early moments or throughout our life to define us. And so it being a Tuesday, a little earlier, because the prayer from Rich Orloff I want to share today is for the soul, for the damaged soul, meaning not that it is less good or less pure, but that life does tend to affect us in every way. So let me share his words twice, as I often do, before we continue on. A prayer for the damaged soul. If I had a damaged foot, I wouldn't tell myself, just ignore it or pretend that it's fine. I would take care of it as best I could, not letting it define my life, but knowing that it needs tending and love. Perhaps this is the attitude I need to cultivate towards my damaged soul, which I've tried to ignore, which I've hid in shame, which I've tried to bandage over, which I've vehemently disowned. Although I can forgive myself for wishing that my soul was pristine, there are dents in my soul. There are scars over wounds. There is soft, throbbing pain intractably woven into my soul's beauty. I apologize to my soul for my neglect. I apologize for refusing to accept it as it is. I apologize for comparing it to a myth of what my soul should be like. I am the caretaker of my soul. This is nobody's job but mine. I ask my soul for forgiveness and pray my soul will respond with mercy. I chose this of Rich's poems that he created for Temple Sinai, excuse me, because so often the days that are coming, the Yamim Noa'im, the days of awe, tend to focus on external matters, as important as they are, our interpersonal lives, our larger standing and situation in the community and in the world. But the truth is, if there is one time of year when we should also focus on that beautiful spirit within us and know it even better than we did before, because sometimes we can be strangers to ourselves, it is this time. And especially that task, I like what he says at the end of this first stanza. I would take care of it as best I could, any kind of wound, not letting it define my life, but knowing it needs tending and love. Being aware of our challenges doesn't mean they define us, but they're more likely to do so if we don't take good care of all aspects of ourselves. And that spirit, let's share his words one more time. A prayer for the damaged soul. If I had a damaged foot, I wouldn't tell myself, just ignore it or pretend that it's fine. I would take care of it as best I could, not letting it define my life, but knowing that it needs tending and love. Perhaps this is the attitude I need to cultivate toward my damaged soul, which I've tried to ignore, which I've hid in shame, which I've tried to bandage over, which I've vehemently disowned. Although I can forgive myself for wishing that my soul was pristine, there are dents in my soul. There are scars over wounds. There is soft, throbbing pain intractably woven into my soul's beauty. I apologize to my soul for my neglect. I apologize for refusing to accept it as it is. I apologize for comparing it to a myth of what my soul should be like. I am the caretaker of my soul. This is nobody's job but mine. I ask my soul for forgiveness and pray my soul will respond with mercy. Well, there are so many different ways that we take care of our soul. One of those being to engage with Torah, which is not merely an intellectual exercise, but is something that creates windows into our nature and into the world around us and how we might interact with it. Please join me in these words of prayer. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu la'asok b'divrei Torah. Ba'arev na Adonai Eloheinu et divrei Toratcha b'finu, v'fi amcha beit Yisrael, v'niyeh anachnu v'tze'etzaenu, v'tze'etza'ei amcha beit Yisrael, kulanu yodeh shemecha, v'lamdei Toratecha lishma. Baruch atah Adonai, המלמד תורה לעמו ישראל. Elu dvarim shein lahem shi'ur. These are the obligations whose value cannot be measured. They nourish us in this world and help us to create the world to come. Kibud av va'em, to honor fathers and mothers. Ugmilut chasadim, to perform acts of love and kindness. Vashkamat ben midrash shacharit ve'arovit, to attend the house of study morning and evening. Vachnasat ochim, to welcome the stranger. Uvikul cholim, to visit the sick. Vachnasat kala, to provide for brides and grooms. Ulvayat hamed, to keep faith with the dead. Viyun tefillah, to pray with sincerity. V'hava'at shalom ben adam l'chavero, to make peace when there is strife. V'tamud Torah keneged kulam, and the study of Torah is equal to them all. Let's continue with our prayer, acknowledging the power of words, and then share in the ancient words of Psalm 121, or Psalm for Journeys, praying that as we go through these days ahead, we as individuals, we as part of systems, families, part of a people of Israel, might enjoy a meaningful and refreshing and significant journey in these weeks ahead. Baruch she'amar v'haya ha'olam. Blessed is the one who speaks that we might listen. Blessed is the one who acts that we might be witnesses. Baruch hu u'baruch shemo. Blessed is the one who decides that we might accept. Blessed is the one who has mercy that we might live. Baruch she'amar v'haya ha'olam. Blessed is the one who removes the darkness that we might see. Blessed is the one who lives forever that we might believe. Blessed is the one who saves and delivers that we might be redeemed. And let's continue with Shir Ma'alot Esayanai El Heharim. I will look only upward past the mountains, for my help comes from the one beyond. My help comes from the eternal maker of heaven and earth. Ever alert, your guardian will never allow your foot to stumble. The guardian of Israel never rests, never sleeps. The Eternal will watch over you as a shadow cast by your right hand. You will not be overcome by the sun nor abandoned by the moon. The Eternal will guard you from all evil, watching over you. The Eternal will guard you as you set out and as you return from this very moment until the end of time. Let's turn to words that unify us and our people, the words of Shema. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavecha ubechol nafshecha ubechol meodecha. V'ayu advarim ha'ele asher anochi metzavcha hayom al levavecha. V'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam. V'shivtecha b'vetecha uv'lechtecha v'derech uv'shochbecha uv'kumecha. Ukshautam laot al yadecha v'ayu letotafot b'neinecha וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. ויאמר אדוני אל משה לאמור, דבר אל בני ישראל ואמרת עליהם, ויעשו להם ציצית על כנפי בגדיהם לדורותם. ונתנו על ציצית לכנף בתיר תכלת, והיה לכם לציצית, וראיתם אותו. וזכרתם את כל מצוות אדוני, ועשיתם אותם. ולא תטורו אחרי לבבכם ואחרי עיניכם, אשר אתם זונים אחריהם. למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם, אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים, אני אדוני אלוהיכם. אדוני אלוהיכם אמת. Well, as we pull closer together at this time and draw ready for the new year, it is time for us to be aware of the incredible sacrifice by those who are willing to stand and defend the state and people of Israel, spending hundreds of days, countless hours, whether in danger or supporting those who are, strengthening our people and our state during a constant assault of very nearly a year. And so in that spirit, we turn to these words of prayer for the soldiers of the IDF and all who stand on guard for us. מי שבירך אבותינו אברהם, יצחק ויעקב, אמותינו שרה, רבקה, לאה ורחל, הוא יברך את חיילי צבא ההגנה לישראל ושאר מגיני עמנו העומדים על משמרתם. ישמרם הקדוש ברוך הוא ויצילם מכל צרה וצוקה ומכל נגע ומחלה, וישלח ברכה בכל מעשה ידיהם, ויקוים בהם הכתוב, וכיתתו חרבותיהם לעתים, וחניתותיהם למזמרות, לא יישאו גוי אל גוי חרב, ולא ילמדון עוד מלחמה, וישבו איש תחת גפנו, ותחת תאנתו, ואין מחריד, ונאמר, Amen. May the one who blessed our ancestors bless the soldiers of the IDF and all who stand on guard for us. May the Holy One guard them against all difficulty and distress, injury and illness. May all of their actions bring blessing, fulfilling the prophet's words. Let them beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Let nation not lift up sword against nation, and may they learn war no more. May all sit under a vine or fig tree with none to make them afraid. And together we say, Amen. We continue joining in our prayer for healing, our prayer for those in need of healing, whether those right around us or those who are far away, those who are facing a really challenging period of their life, defined in so many ways, and that they should not face it alone. That is the responsibility of those of us who can support. And likewise, letting all those know who are alone, who are injured, who are isolated, who are wounded, especially those captives taken. It'll be a year in only a number of days. We are with them. And so for all those names given to me and given to Temple, for all those who are in need and whose names are in the chat and this and other services, for all of them, we turn to these words of healing. מי שברך אבותינו אברהם, יצחק ויעקב, ואמותינו שרה, רבקה, לאה ורחל, הוא ירפא את כל מכותינו. יהי רצון מלפניך אדוני אלוהינו, לחלמם לרפאותם, וישלח לנו מהרה רפואה שלמה ותלת שלום, ונאמר Amen. May the one who blessed our ancestors bless and heal all who suffer. May it be the divine will to provide healing and strength. Reveal to us the holiness of life, the wholeness of shalom, and let us say together, Amen. Well, it's very meaningful for us to have this time to connect and to reflect. And so now we take time to remember, recalling those who died in recent days and weeks, those who died at this season in years past, and those whom we have taken into our hearts with our own. During the period of Shloshim, the past 30 days, we extend our condolences to the families of Faye Kate, Anna Mae Silverman, Paul Auerbach, Stan Albert, David Hirsch. And we remember all victims of war and terror, including Adrian Marcello, Alex Lubnoff, Almog Salusi, Carmel Gat, Eden Yerushalmi, Hirsch Goldberg Poland, Ori Danino, Roni Shakuri, Yohanan Shvori, Yuri Birnbaum, and the following IDF soldiers whose lives have been lost during that same period of time: Yochai Chai Glam, Adagam Naim, Amit Bakri, Amit Friedman, Geri Gidon Hanchal, Dotan Shimon, Daniel Alush, Ori Ashkenazi Nehemiah, Tommy Shalom, David Moshe Ben Shitrit, Daniel Mimon Toaf, Nael Fausi, Tam Keren. And on yahrzeit, on this day, on the anniversary of their deaths, on this 28th day of Elul, the 1st of October, we remember Albert Goldstein and Morris Prowski. Zechronam Levacha, may their memories be a blessing to us. Our griefs and our sympathies are mingled as we turn together to words sanctified by memory, words glorified by hope. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, בעלמא דברה חירותה וימליך מלכותה, בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב עמו, אמן. יהא שמי רבה מברך לעולם ולעלמי עלמיה. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה ברכו. אלא מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תשבחתה ונחמתה, תאמירן בעלמא ועמו, אמן. יהא שלמה רבה מן שמיה וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועמו, אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועמו, amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and bring comfort and strength to all who remember. And together we say, amen. Well, it's only brief days until the sounding of the shofar. And so thank you, Joni, for the tekiah. We look forward to gathering together to hear the sound. But for this second to last morning of Elul, tekiah. Boker Tov, Boker Ol, looking forward to hearing well-trained shofar callers. And everyone be well. See you very soon. Boker Tov.